Hello, and welcome to today's episode on this podcast. Thank you so much for joining in. I am your host, Perfect, and today I'm joined by Mercy. This is not your first time on this podcast. She's been here where she spoke about her book, Mothers of Angels. I will put the link in the description for you to go and watch that episode and grab a copy. In a world where beauty is defined by the world standards, today we are going to hear or learn about what truly simply beautiful means on an individual level. Some stories inspire you, but I hope today you even be inspired more. Ladies and gentlemen, well, help me welcome the one and only author, Mercy, to the podcast.
Thanks for inviting me again to the podcast.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, to have you here. I know you have a very crazy schedule. It's always, busy. Life, happens and it's always happening. So today, again, you have written another book. You have been writing books. Today, I'm not even going to talk about the other one that you've written after Mothers of Angels. So we're just going to jump right into it and talk about the book itself. Why Simply Beautiful? It's such a short, title, but then yet very powerful. Why that name?
Yes, definitely Simply Beautiful. So in life, we've complicated what beauty is. We think it's something that is very difficult to attain, to obtain, but beauty is just simple. So this is why the title is Simply Beautiful, just showing that beauty is just simple in its simplest form, where you don't have to do a lot of things to be beautiful. You are just beautiful the way you are.
Wow, I love that. Like just being beautiful the way you are, with your, color, in your skin color, in your hair texture, in how God made you.
Sure.
Wow, that's very powerful, Mercy. Now we move on. I have a couple of questions. So now we move on to the second one. I have really noticed that your book has a lot of orange, you see? And also because I know you on a personal level, you also love orange. So I don't know if you also love oranges in real life, the fruit, right? So tell us, why orange?
Yes, that's a good question. So, yes, you're right. I'm glad you noticed. Orange is one of my favorite colors. Why is it like that? Because I believe orange represents warmth. It represents confidence. It represents self-expression. And then it's something that it's a color that cannot be ignored. So when you're wearing orange, when you're holding something orange in your hand, it grabs the attention of everyone. Yeah. So for me, orange represents the fact that you have to be authentic, be bold and show up as you are.
Yeah.
Like orange,
Yeah.
You have to be bold. Orange cannot be ignored. You can't ignore orange when you see it. You can really say, oh, that person is wearing orange.
Yeah.
So that's how authenticity is. When you are authentic, it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think still, whilst we're still on the book itself, I also see it as Afro. Why is that?
This was very intentional. Okay. Because this cover, as you can see, it's a dark-skinned African lady, someone who's for so many years, decades, been ignored, who has been ignored, who has been, overlooked over time, because people had their way of defining beauty. So putting a cover of that particular person, it's showing that beauty is in all shades and colors. So even if you're dark-skinned, you're still beautiful. This is why I decided to put an image that reflects this dark-skinned Black African woman.
That's awesome. And I think even for men who are watching, that also applies to you.
Yes.
Yes, you're not on the cover, but this also applies to you. Yes. So then, I think I want to, to move to the, like, why did you write this book? Like, what's the story behind you writing this book? Yes.
Thank you for this question. So, growing up, I was in a society where people used to define what beauty is, that light skin is beautiful, dark skin is ugly.
Mm.
Then it was okay, it wasn't so pronounced because we didn't have social media.
Mm.
But now with what's happening,
Yeah.
there's so much that is being said on social media
Yeah.
about what beauty is.
Mm.
To an extent that a lot of people are struggling.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
to know where they stand when it comes to being beautiful.
Absolutely.
Because so many things are being said. You have to have a skinny body. Some
Mhm.
say now it has changed, not just skinny body. You have to have, like,
Yes.
well-shaped
Coca-Cola.
body. Exactly. The skin tone, color. You have to an extent that I know some of my African sisters, some people from Africa, they've been using whitening skin products, some that are cheap, that affect their skin, because they've been taught that to be beautiful you have to be light skinned. So many people are being affected by this concept of beauty. For me, it was like, I want to send out a message out there that you're beautiful just the way you are, to empower specifically women, because I know I've had conversation with men that keep saying to me, why is this book like you are talking more about women than men? Maybe I'm biased, I still think women are affected more because of what society has said about a person called a woman. And normally, like, women culturally and in society sometimes, because they want to appeal to the male figure, So for men, maybe to admire you if you're a girl, for you to be admired by a guy, by a man, you have to look a certain way. So people put a lot of pressure on themselves to just try and look good, look amazing. This is why I wrote this book, to say you are beautiful just the way you are.
Yeah. I really like what you've said there, because I think it's more like sometimes people get, like, the mind gets corrupted, and once the mind is corrupted, pretty much everything else is defeated. And, like, in this world we do a lot of Botox, women Botox and BBL and all these, but you hardly find men doing so much.
Things, true.
It's not fair though.
True, and like now there's so much that is happening. I've been seeing to say some adverts that you look 20 years younger, and I keep thinking to myself, why should I look 20 years younger? Because these wrinkles, everything, they're telling a story.
Absolutely.
Of who, what I've gone through in my life. So why should I change that? So personally, this is what I believe, that there's so much pressure. Yeah, some people, they can afford to do all those things, but the people who can't even afford to do it, and they're putting themselves under a lot of pressure just to conform, just to feel, they can be part of a group, part of, other people. So it's not just obviously about how you look. I also talk about two other things: authenticity, showing up as you are. It's one of the most important things as well, that a lot of people now pretend to be who they are not because they want to fit in. I also talk about self-love. Love yourself as an individual, because love starts with you before other people can love you. You project to people what is inside of you. So if you love yourself, you're showing the light to others, that the energy.
Yes. Absolutely. So now we move to the next question, but I think it's more like we've already built a foundation on the previous question. How much of your own personal journey is woven into this book?
Wow. I think I've covered, like, real experiences, my experiences and other people's experiences, because it's something that also affected me as I was growing up. I remember in the book I gave like examples of what people would say. But one example that stands out for me is I remember when I was growing up. So I'm dark skinned, like my younger son says to me that, Mom, you're dark brown. He's light brown and I'm dark brown.
Yeah.
So I'm dark brown, and then my late brother was light skinned.
Mhm.
So I remember we had a relative who would constantly make jokes, say, he's Fanta, you are Coke,
Mm.
you know.
Mhm.
So she was relating our complexions to, you know, they call their drinks because Coke is dark,
Yeah,
it's
very,
black.
yeah.
And then obviously Fanta is like, it's orange, my favorite
Yes.
orange.
Yes.
And by so doing, you know, it will be jokes and everything. But one thing that I've learned in life, some comments, when they are said, sometimes they sow seeds
Absolutely.
to think, so is there maybe something wrong with me?
Mhm.
I'm dark? Does it mean I'm not beautiful? So you look at yourself in a certain way, thinking maybe, you know, I'm not so beautiful. And also growing up in a community where people would say, you'd hear this often. People say, oh, when they're describing someone, oh, that light, beautiful girl,
Mhm.
or that dark, ugly girl,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
those things actually affected a lot of people.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think this is also kind of reflected in my book.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you know, I really like such, like, your message is very powerful, and I believe this is something like a conversation that has to be done when, you know, people are still like children, to instill that seed of confidence and self-love, and, you know, knowing that even if somebody comes and say you're ugly, just know I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm
True.
beautiful. You don't tell me otherwise.
True.
Yeah. So I think we should incorporate your book somewhere in the syllabus, in your school curriculum.
So what I've done,
Yes.
I've started a series of like coloring books. It's called Adventures of Angie.
Mhm.
So I've tried to take that concept where I'm telling a story, but in form of a coloring book about beauty, about, you know, embracing who you are to young children. So it's going to be a series. I did the volume 1.
Yes.
It's out. It's available on Amazon. Unfortunately, I didn't bring it. But you are very right. It's very important to tell children when they are young that they're beautiful. Because if we don't, the society, social media is there waiting for them,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
to tell them what their definition of beauty is.
Yes. I love that. You never rest, do you? One thing after the other. I'm very inspired. So now, when readers finish reading the book, what kind of conversations are you hoping, you know, this book is going to spark? Like, what are the key takeaways people should, you know, you hope people are going to get from your book?
For me, I think people should have honest conversations where after reading or when discussing, they'll say, I am or I was struggling with this too. It's very important because why I do the work that I do, it's not like maybe to excite people. That's why I try to choose complicated topics that are not easy to tackle. So I can give you like an example of what happened at our workplace. I was called one day to share with women, you know, about the book.
Yeah.
I was glad in the conversations that we had. It was a round table, and I had like other women were opening up because sometimes me being a Black African, you think it affects me only because maybe the dark skin and all that. But when you listen to other people from other ethnicity, other ethnic groups, you realize there's certain things that they're also struggling with.
Absolutely.
The dark skin is not only for Africans, it's everywhere. Asian community, even, you know, Europeans, anyone, they have issues. Some were opening up about even hair color, that, you know, when I was born, my hair color is this color. And then people still stigmatize me because they say your hair is not nice.
Yeah.
So I want this book to open up, people to open up and feel that I've also struggled with this, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I can still be happy with who I am. I can still show up as I am, and I'm okay.
Yes. I really, really love that. Like when you say everybody struggles, it's like a universal subject, really. And you find out, like for example, you people like to go in Zimbabwe, Jojo tank, right? You have a belly.
Yes.
Right? People be like, that woman with the
Yes.
with the belly, or the woman with this and that.
Mm-mm.
And it's I want to say, who set this beauty standards?
Exactly.
Like who set this for us?
True.
Because I think also for men, they also have beauty standards.
Yes.
Some can even be height.
Yes.
Who say
true.
certain height is ideal, or
you're right.
So yeah, it's a doubles it's a double-sworded knife that cuts across.
True.
So another question is, why do so many women feel like they're not enough, even when they're doing everything right?
I think this is because we were taught to measure beauty standards through external standards. So because of that, there are always expectations to say, they have said beauty looks like this, so I have to measure up to that level. But one thing that I've learned is, even if you don't meet that if you meet that expectation, sometimes you still feel you're not enough within you, which is a problem. So yeah, society has done that to most women.
That's I can relate. I've also, I think, gone through personal journeys, and I think up to now I still feel like, sometimes you second doubt yourself. And as you grow older, you go through different life experiences, you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, no, I'm not beautiful anymore. Or now I have a double chin, I have to come close. I have a double chin, I'm not pretty anymore because I gained a couple of pounds.
True.
So I think, like what you say, like it's like the mind will be a little bit corrupted, and it's it can be very sad. It can even lead to depression, unfortunately. When you don't feel like enough. So I think also it's important for people's circles, to also give you words of affirmation, reassurance. Of course, that if yourself you're confident, you don't really need that. But then I think when you're in that process as well, it's good to be around a circle of people who still, tell you like you're still enough, you're still beautiful, and yeah.
You've touched a very good point. I think I need to add up on that. It's sad that society does that to people. For example, I'll give the example that you've just given, that people just look at you, at someone who's like, you've grown so big.
You're pregnant.
You don't know what exactly. You don't know what a person is going through. Especially for women, there are a lot of things that happens in their body. Maybe they're taking contraceptive, maybe they're taking medication. A lot of things that's affecting that weight, And here we are just judging. Oh yeah, are you eating too much? It's not just about food. Sometimes also it's about genes, right? I always argue this with people, like many times when like, I tell them, what? Our genes with big people are actually the smallest from where I come from, because it's like that. It's a problem, especially for women, because now every day you have to go out there, face all these comments, and when like as an individual, internally you're dealing with things maybe that you cannot even share with people to say, okay, I'm like this because of A, B, C, D. And then here you are being judged by people and society. It's sad. And sometimes even people close to us, even our friends, will do that to us as well. You're not expecting them to make that comment. So yeah, it's really a tough topic and subject to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. What is one lie about beauty that the society in general has sold us? Like it's sold. Tim, boom, sold.
That beauty ends. The lie for me that I think society has sold us is that beauty's end. I don't believe you earn beauty.
Mm.
Beauty cannot be. And beauty is there. It's something that is there that you already have. Because at the end of the day, we have a proverb that we say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes.
So what beauty means to one person is different to what it means to the other person.
Yes.
So sometimes when you try to fit a mold, you're fitting it for specific people or for a specific person.
Yeah.
But then it might not work for the other people. This is where the problem is, that society make it look like beauty is something that you have to earn. No, you don't have to earn beauty. Beauty is there. You've always been beautiful. It's something that you possess. It's something that is within you. It's something that you have, that you walk with every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Adding to your point, Mercy, about the beauty starting within you, right, and then it comes outside. I was having a conversation with a group of my young brothers, where I was saying yes, they were talking more about the physical attributes in terms of finding a wife, but I was like, the looks, they will change 70 years from now, and now you're left with the person's heart, character. That also is beautiful, right? That's also a beauty attribute that you can look for when you are looking for a lifetime partner. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. So my younger boys, brothers, that nugget was for you. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What does authenticity really look like in everyday life?
Authenticity for me is being true to yourself, showing up as you are as a person, which means your inner truth should match your outer life. Your inner truth, what is inside, should match what is outside. You show up as your true self. You don't pretend. You are who you are. Whether you are with this group of people or the other group of people, you're just being authentic to your values, to your principles, to everything that you believe in that is right and true.
Yes, I really like what you said about being true to who you are, authentic, even to your friends, your colleagues, because especially here, let's say in the diaspora, you see that people are not really authentic.
True.
You end up, let's say, living beyond your means.
True.
Just for you to fit in. It could be not just like beauty in that way, okay, but like just you trying to fit everywhere. So I think when you have these values that are instilled in you, even though you have so much, you still live like a normal life. You don't have to change. If I come to you, Mercy, because you have these machons and all these things, I shouldn't feel intimidated. Or because Mercy has done her nose, I have to also go and do my nose, right? So I really like what you say there, like the confidence starts, from inside.
And just to add on, when you talk about authenticity, it goes beyond the outer beauty. It's also how you show up every day. I'll give you a good example about me.
Yes.
I'm a loud person. I'm very loud, like extremely loud. I laugh loud, like a true African lady.
Yeah.
So you're in a corporate world where certain expectations are required.
Yes.
But many times, because that's who I am, like I just do that. And, like people know that in our office. Yeah, I'm the loudest. I speak.
It's okay.
I speak my mind. I'm like that. I'll create jokes here and there. But that's who I am. And people have understood that this is messy.
Yes.
Right? Because sometimes when you pretend, it's so difficult to put up with it every day. Because remember, whatever you're showing, you have to show it every single day of your life. So if you're pretending, how can you pretend all the time? So it's very important. It goes beyond just how you look and how you present yourself. It's also how you project yourself to the world. What kind of person are you? Because we are all different. Some are soft, some are loud, some are composed, some are,
shy.
Exactly. So we are all different. And I believe that it makes the world a better place. Because if we were all the same, it would be a boring world.
Absolutely.
So authenticity is very important.
Yeah, I like that. why do women hide their scars emotionally or physically?
Why? Because everyone wants to show up as perfect. Because perfection is what gets accepted by the society. If you're perfect, people accept you. So because human nature wants to be accepted, then you feel you have to always show up as perfect, always do everything possible to be that person, to be that girl, that woman, that lady, that mother, that father, that boy, you know, that colleague. You want to be perfect. This is why it's like that. But personally, I don't believe there's something called perfection. In life, we're not perfect. We always have issues that we face in our lives. And social media has not done justice to it. Because sometimes people post things for other people to see, not. And so many people sometimes they suffer, they have stress because they're seeing what is on social media, which is not even reality, which is not real life. People will show happy family, happy this and that, you know. They will show off all these nice things, and you think, oh, they're living a perfect life, everything is okay with them. But deep down inside, some are struggling, some are actually depressed, which is sad in a way. So I'm one person, because of authenticity, I believe it's okay to show up. This is why I even decided to write my first book, because it's not like an easy topic to decide. I had to explain what I had been through, which was not something that is interesting. It's not something that a lot of people would want to talk about.
Absolutely.
But so what? Like for me, I'm like, okay, so what? I've lost a baby, I've lost a baby. It's reality, it's life. Because you know what? In life, we all go through things. Life happens to everyone. So it's okay if you're not perfect. It's okay if you have scars, because scars is what makes us who we are at the end of the day. What we go through in life, the experiences, the things that we face daily, they build us to be better people. They build our character, they mold us.
Yeah, there's beauty also in pain. That's what I picked from your story. Like even your first book, there's beauty in pain, because after that process, you're gonna learn so much. Right? So it's good to, if you can, to always share, you know, your stories, what you're going through with others, and of course, you know, do not hide your scars. You know, be unapologetically you. True. Okay. How can someone begin their journey of self-love?
Wow.
If I've gone through all this, confusion, I've tried so much and I still feel like I'm not beautiful. How can I begin to this journey and love myself?
I think for me, the most important thing is to be honest with yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Sit down with you, only you, and do a retrospect of your life. Think without outside noise, like about your life, about who you are, about like anything and everything that contains you. You need to be honest with yourself. Because I believe when you're honest with yourself, it's the first stage of getting to a place of self-love. Because once you do that, then you start to look at things. Is there anything that I need to change in my life to make me a better person? Are there environments that I need to avoid for me to be a better person? Because sometimes environments affect us. Because imagine if you are surrounded by people who are constantly pulling you down, constantly saying negative things about you, it affects you. It affects your self-esteem as an individual. So it's very important to also do that. And also the most important thing is stop criticizing yourself all the time. That's what we do, especially women. We do that a lot. We are constantly criticizing ourselves every single day. I look in the mirror, I start seeing all the
Flaws.
flaws. I wish I was like this. I wish I was like that. We all do that. We just take this conversation now that even when we're going to watch this, podcast you play, you start criticizing yourself. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. But I mean, like, I'm a human being, and like we said, even if all the English is not so perfect, it's not even our first language at the end of the day. As long as people are getting the message, that is what is important. So many times we criticize ourselves a lot. For self-love, you must reduce criticizing yourself.
100%.
Value yourself. Know that you are important. No matter what, know that you're beautiful. With that, whatever skin tone you have, whatever body shape you have, everything about you, whether you have money, you don't have, whatever it is that you have, just be comfortable in your own skin.
Be your number one cheerleader.
Exactly, like be your number one cheerleader. Take those selfies every day if you have to.
Yes, I love that. Then now, why should somebody read your book, Simply Beautiful? And what if they do read the book? What are they gonna, walk away with?
I think my book is a reminder of something that we've forgotten as individuals. That we have always been beautiful. We have always been beautiful. No measure of beauty standards can change who I am as a person. Because at the end of the day, who came up with these beauty standards? They are individuals, right? When God created us, He created us, in His own image, and He knew that Mercy, if she's looking like this, then she's beautiful the way she is. So this book is a reminder. And it talks to the one person who's constantly looking in the mirror and criticizing themselves and constantly, looking at their flaws. This is what this book is talking to that person. This book is talking to that person who feels that they are not enough, who feel that they are not valued, who feel that they cannot bring anything to the table, who feel that, they are not good enough. This is the message for the book, that you're good enough, you're beautiful just as you are. Just show up every day as you are. Because beauty, I believe, it just doesn't start from the outwards. It starts from the inner person. Then it glows and shows outside. So have you ever seen people who are very energetic? You just want to, there's certain people who you enjoy their company more. You've heard comments like, there's just something about this person. There's just something about this person. That something is something that is coming from within. That's reflected from the outside. So it's very important to read our book, because the book says a quiet unveiling of the one thing no mirror could fully hold. So mirror lies. It says a quiet unveiling of the one thing no mirror could fully hold.
Wow.
The mirror cannot hold how beautiful I am.
Oh wow.
Never. Not even an iPhone, the latest one with all the filters. It cannot.
Samsung.
Samsung or whatever phone there is. Why? Because I'm just simply beautiful the way I am.
Wow. What a closing remark. So where can we find this copy, Mercy?
Wow. So the book is a different Amazon is the first port of call. It's on Amazon. It's on different platforms. Maybe we can share. Yeah.
Sure. I will just put also your social media handles in the description box so that they can follow you. Or if you want to order your book, you can also even DM her. She can, organize that for you. So yeah, this has been such a powerful and honest conversation. And my takeaway from this is beauty is not something that you chase. It's something that you nurture from within you. And remember, beauty is not a buffet where you could go and pick every nose, this, that body, but just love yourself. Being authentic. I love that. Thank you so much for highlighting that.
True.
So I don't know if you still have any last remark for the viewers. Are we gonna see you again? What's gonna happen?
I definitely will see me again. I have to work on another project. I should.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my message to you. So it's not just this message is not just for women, it's for even men. Because in this book I actually dedicated to my boys. I have 2 sons, where I've said for them, I want them to have that in life, to say beauty goes beyond what you see. Like even in their life decisions, when they decide maybe they want to look for someone to marry, just don't look. It's not just about appearance, like you said. All these things, they fade away, but there's beauty that is within that will not change. So this is my message to them, that yeah, beauty is not a trend to follow. It cannot be followed. It's not a trend. You cannot keep chasing it. It's there. It's something that you have.
And diverse.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. I have learned so much, and we hope to see you again on the podcast. And to everyone who is watching, remember, you are enough. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.